Gaffer, it's our final game of the season this weekend as we travel to Morecambe. What's the emphasis going into that one?
Just end on a high. We want to make the travelling support. The loyal group of fans that have been with us, in the every away game, and sung the hearts out for the lads. Make them really proud come final whistle.
What kind of challenge are you expecting for Morecambe? Obviously already relegated, unfortunately for them, but I'm sure they'll have a point to prove in front of their own fans as well.
Well, yeah, I mean, everyone on show on Saturday, whether it's Morecambe lads or ours, they're professional footballers at the end of the day. And, we watched their game against Chesterfield, they're set up slightly differently. There's obviously the emphasis on getting it from the back more. At least it was against Chesterfield than in previous weeks when there was a whole group of teams, weren't we, in a fight. And so it's a little bit difficult to pick the bones out of it all, but what we do expect is, as in every week in League Two, there's no easy games because there's good players in every side.
In terms of our team news going into that one, we lost a couple of players to injury on Saturday in Ben Fox and Liam Gibson. Is there any update on their condition?
Yeah, well, they're certainly both out this weekend. The more severe injury was sustained by Gibbo, and unfortunately, it's a tear, and so he'll be out for quite a few weeks. And Ben Fox, to a lesser extent, but still obviously out this weekend.
It's been a really difficult season on the injury front. Lots of long-term serious injuries. Reflecting on the season as you've been able to do over the last few days since we've been able to secure promotion, just how much impact do you think that's had overall on our season?
Yeah, I think it's had a massive effect when you actually look back at the fixtures and who was available. It's been one of our worst seasons for injuries, and it is more the severity of the injuries. When there's been an injury, it's not just been a 2 or 3 week strain. It's been an off the bone tendon injury that needs an op and needs scanning, needs an op, and people have just been blown out the water with it. So it's tested our depth, being one of the smaller teams in the league, and it's made us very stretched, and it's had a detrimental effect on the points tally. Got dragged into the fight for it, but at least we've been able to show our teeth and come through it the other side.
Yeah, there has still been a number of highs this season. What has stood out for you over the past 8 or 9 months in terms of highlights?
I just think the way we've fought back as a team, as a club, and stuck together, it's so easy for things to have a backward momentum and then turn a bit toxic and a bit of infighting. We've kept solid. Everyone's held the nerve through the darkest times in December, and we've really fought back well. I think the consistency from the players, it's been helped by the introduction of players like Bryn Morris, Ben Fox, through the core of the team, where we've been able to have a solid structure throughout the central core of the team, and in turn we've been able to be consistent with all the messages. If we've had a blip, say in the defeats against the run against MK Dons, Doncaster, Bradford, it's been by very fine margins, and it's still given us the belief that we're on the right path to success, and the players have proven that's the case, because the wins against Tranmere, Swindon, the comeback against Fleetwood and Grimsby have been on the back of a tremendous team spirit.
You mentioned them already, but I wanted to touch a bit more on the impact of Bryn Morris and Ben Fox. What you must have been expecting big things when you brought them in, but the way they hit the ground running, I thought even the first time we got to see them in a Harrogate Township, it felt like they'd been here so long and they settled in so quickly. Just how much of an impact have they had on the way we have turned this season around?
Yeah, huge impact. I'll be honest, Bryn at Barrow just reassured us all. We've got someone in there, that is prepared to do both sides of the game, and I think he got the best out of his partner, Levi Sutton, whose game really came on with his presence next to him. And then obviously we sustained another injury, and that led to the introduction of Ben Fox away at Bradford, and he immediately showed his presence, and you get that with that bit of pedigree and presence, and that kind of know-how that they've been there, done it before, just spread confidence throughout the team.
And then just finally, with Saturday being last game of the season, there'll be a couple of loanees departing, notably Bryant Belongo and Jasper Moon, who've had real impacts this season. What can you say about them and the impact they've had on the team?
Yeah, different characters, but yeah, I'll start with Jasper. I think he deservedly won one of the Player of the Season awards. Very consistent. Is a player that when a lot of players walk in and do the some strengthening work, you know, remain and work on his heading, work on aspects of his game, and I think it's paid off all that hard work. I think he's got better and better, a consistent run of games. He's got athleticism, height, strength, and more importantly, a brilliant attitude. So we'll miss him, you know, and already tried to keep him, but I think that'll be an impossible task. Brian Belongo's been great, breath of fresh air. Lovely lad, you know, always in conversation with all of us all the time, never has a down moment. He's had to be patient at times, but his patience has paid off because in recent weeks he's had more of a run in the team and he's done well.
Thank you.
Thank you.